Hi everybody, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today's video surprise on my llumar Stratos tinting adventure on the Lexus NX350. So I had a problem I could tell you at the end. Before you get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon to be notified new videos, and I really appreciate a thumbs up if you like the video till the end. Alright, first of all, this is before any tinting is done on my vehicle, and you can see that the front pretty much very clear. In the back looks like maybe say there is some tint from the factory, but it's not too much tinted. You can see that a lot of light transmission, don't see or feel UV protection in the back. So you get tinted, you get UV protection. So in today's video I'm going to show you which one I went with, what the numbers are, and how it looks. Film. And this is the Formula One window film. So there's different films from llumar as well too. So one of the things that really important to us is the visible light transmission. And you notice that I'm looking at the classic right here, but I'm just using that as an example because it's on the top. And if you get lower, like the lower numbers for visible light transmission, this one's very dark, by the way. And it may not be legal in your state, so check your locality, what numbers are acceptable, or if any is acceptable in your area or your country. And the other one you want to look at is the total solar energy reduction. So definitely the lower numbers have more energy rejection, and IR energy rejection. All these specs, I mean, which ones are the ones that you really care about? Well, visible light transmission is what I care about. I don't really care about a whole lot. UV protection, all of them are UV, protection, and the percentage glare. I mean, of course, to go darker, you're gonna less percentage glare and percentage visible light reflection. So this one, if you go this one, it's only a 5. And Classic is the lower end of the Formula One. Good heat rejection, enhanced style. Then there's the Comfort, excellent heat rejection, enhanced style. Pinnacle is kind of like in the middle. Excellent heat rejection and enhanced style with no signal interference. That's the main thing. Some of the films out there, you might interfere with your mobile phone, for example, right? Or your radio. You can have problems. And the one I chose to go with is the Stratos. Right? Stratos most advanced hybrid max Nano-Ceramic technology for our maximum heat rejection and enhanced style with no signal interference. So in short, which one did I go with? I went with the Stratos 35. So people ask, well, is that 35? No, visual light transmission is only 39. Okay, so keep that in mind. And in the back of the vehicle, I went with the Stratos 40. Don't really need, there's no wheel limit on the second row and the back in our state, California. But I decided to go with 40, trying to balance it out a little bit. You can't really have a good balance because the factory tinted the back windows already. So I have 39 and 42, and UV protection is 99, and UV percentage of light reflection is a 6. So I just want to show you that over there in particular. And I'm going to show you what I see. If you get your windows tinted, no matter if it's a Lexus or any particular vehicle, try to get the installer to show you. There's some samples or something you could place. Spend some time with them. So make sure you get it right. So let me go back to the video. Okay, so Stratos Series 35, and your installer should have a book, so you can bring it out and take a look. All right, so this is a farther out view, and on the top was the Stratos 35 and 40, just what I used. 30 is a little bit darker, but it's a lot darker in the vehicle. And I did have 30 in one of my vehicles before. I just wanted to point that out, and it's a little bit, that little shade of dark makes it look really a lot darker, unless you really wanted that in particular, for example. And 15 is really dark. So here's a closer up view of this over here. So you can see that the difference between 30 and 35 is not a whole lot, but it is a shade darker. 35 and 40, yes, 35 is darker than 40, the 40 series that is over here. So here's my vehicle here after the tint job. So yes, how much these cost depending on your locality. And also always check your state, local government, police department, how much tint can you have in your vehicle. So my front is Stratos Series 35. So keep that in mind. The number, it doesn't reflect the wheel visible light transmission. And the back over here, I have Series 40. So they already came with some tint, no UV protection or heat rejection in particular. And I just made it a little bit darker, in particular. So I wanted the UV protection. Of course, I could have went with something lighter as well too, to get it more balanced. But I think this works for me in my case, and yours may be a different depending on your needs. So in our state, it's okay to have the back darker, but just the front, needs to be under a certain number. I think 30. So that's how it looks like overall. So how does it look like from, say, inside looking out? Well, is it super dark because you tinted it? No, it's not. It's just like wearing sunglasses if you think about it, right? And it's a shade darker, and it's not going to be super dark because I didn't get a super dark like a 15 series or anything like that in particular. 35 series is very acceptable in my book, and the installer has a lot of years experience and did an excellent job. So I just rolled down the window and wanted to show you that in particular. So is there problems at night if you tinted your window in particular? No. I mean, unless you get a really dark limousine dark or something like that, then hey, you might have a hard time looking out. So how about these windows over here? You add up more darkness to it, I guess, right? With the Series 40. Yes, it already had some tint on it. Maybe it was not that noticeable, but you're inside, you're still nice and clear, right? And you can see through it. So getting tint doesn't really make the inside of the vehicle so dark that you can't see. And if you're sensitive to light, heat on the skin, eczema or anything like that, yeah, it might be wise to get UV tint. So the people get tint mainly for privacy, heat rejection, keep the car in the vehicle cool. I didn't tint the front of the vehicle. Of course, depending on your state and laws, you have to check that if you decide to go with that. So the difference is it adds some shade, heat rejection, and also your vehicle feels cooler, especially in the hot summer when it's over 100 degrees or anything like that in particular. So that's something I want to show. I'm going to show you at a darker, show you another clip. I made a picture, a video. It was darker, parked in, say, a gas station or something like that. And the clip is going to be this one right here. You can see that shaded area, yes, it's going to be a little darker, but it looks more and more beautiful because you just like wearing glasses. Your vehicle is wearing glasses, right, in particular. And it doesn't bother me. You can see through the mirrors. And, it's not much reflection as well, too. So there is some reflection, by the way, but it's not that much, all right? And that's the back window. So one thing that I wanted to point out, I encountered because my hybrid, all the doors were open. The check engine light came on, and the installer knows about cars pretty good. So that means, in my case, this is the Lexus, and it may happen to other Lexus hybrids and stuff like that. If you get your windows tinted, you have to charge up the battery. Get a trickle charger to charge up your battery, and the check engine light would disappear. So the check engine light flows a check engine light because your battery, your 12-volt battery, is getting low, as in my case, and the installer saw that problem. So that was the problem that I encountered, not with the tint, and that's the day I did the tint, April 24, and a malfunction in the electronic control of the engine, throttle, transmission, or have been detected. Contact your Lexus dealer, which I did. Would be upfront and mention that. And the check engine light comes on and says, "What should I do?" In this case, the battery was weak because the car, the NX, has a lot of different computers. Pretty much, it floats a check engine light for minor things like that. You should say my 12-volt battery was low. Try to charge it or consult your dealer, but they just froze the check engine light. In fact, this issue, the next day I woke up because the battery got charged, the check engine light actually disappeared. So I just want to bring that to attention. If you're doing a tinting, this check engine light may come on if your 12-volt battery becomes weak. Hopefully you liked the video surprise of the day. Really appreciate a thumbs up, comment to share. Please leave it below. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.